You mentioned earlier more production from the defensive line. What specifically do you want to, like, is it interior, on the edge, overall? Just what do you want to see this week maybe improve?
Well, we just didn't have any production, when you look at it and you look at tackles. And Vaughn may have had the most tackles on the D-line. We need more production. When you look at there and you look at the linebackers, we're not playing downhill. And, we've got to do some things. If that's what it's going to be, we've got to do some things defensively that are moving them. We've got to do some more things because we do have guys that can run in there, but they've got to play better. They've got to get in the right gaps. That's the simplest answer. Be where you're supposed to be. But we saw some flashes, but flashes aren't enough. And so we've got to be physical. We've got to knock people back. Some things and their line was big now. I'll give them credit there, but I didn't feel the disruption from the front seven that we should have had, respectfully, with Alabama A&M.
And with Rayner, his escapability, what's the biggest emphasis in practice to make sure those could be sacks do turn into sacks?
Well, we got to get him on the ground. I mean, every time you get back there, you want to knock hell out of the guy. You know what I mean? This one right here, if you do that, he's going to make you miss. Now, you've got to open field tackle the guy in the pocket. I mean, that's what you have to do because he's proved that it's not just one guy missed him. Now, they had 2 or 3 times when he made 2 or 3 guys miss in the pocket. And so our biggest thing is if we can get back there, we got to get him on the ground. And that's the knockout shot or all that kind of stuff that you have when you have a quarterback. You have a flamingo lawn art. Back there just standing there, you can knock that guy out, but this ain't the guy. We got to figure out how to get him down on the ground.
Rohan Jones started. I think he came out after the first play, but I don't know if you told me 10 guys were going to catch a pass and one wasn't him.
You'd say one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. To be perfectly honest with you, to his credit, we did have specific throws for him to be the first read, and for whatever reason didn't work out. But for him, he played extremely hard, did a good job blocking as well. A lot of times you're new, you're coming from another school, you're out here, and all I want to do is catch balls, and if I don't, I'm going to go to the pouting section, wherever that is. He did not do that, and he played extremely hard through. Trey, we think he's really a big-time offensive weapon, and I'm with you. We had talked about that well as a staff, that he's a guy that we feel like certainly is capable of stretching the field and doing some wonderful things. It just didn't happen for him, but it's not because we didn't try to get him the ball, and we have a lot of confidence in him, and I believe he'll get his statistics, his catches over the weeks.
Larry Worth moved around quite a bit. What do you think about his play and the way you guys utilized him?
Yeah, I think Larry ran the field well. He was solid with his assignments. I think, it all depends a little bit with Caleb, how Caleb comes around too. But, if we can keep Larry a little bit more in just one spot, if we can keep him there, because we're practicing different too with him, I think he will continue to grow and improve, but I thought he did a good job of tackling as well.
What's that one spot? He played a lot of them.
Well, he's probably the middle safety. He's probably not the boundaries. He's probably the middle safety. Depends on what we do with Wooden, I think, too.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend gives you a chance to get your eye maybe on a few other games, like including Notre Dame. I'm wondering if you saw anything from some of your upcoming opponents over the weekend that stood out to you.
yeah, there's a whole bunch of really good teams on our schedule. I saw that, you know. They did. They look, you know, there was good looking opponents that we have. You know, I don't really watch a lot of games if we're not going to play them. You know, and a lot of good teams in the SEC. You know, obviously the Texas game was a defensive battle there. Two really good teams, and then Notre Dame last night was certainly two really talented football teams out there, and somebody had to lose, you know. And then you go through the league, and South Carolina winning, and you know we don't play Alabama, you know, Georgia. So looking through the guys that we play, that seems like there's a whole lot of good football teams out there, big and physical, with a lot of great athletes.
Other than Mike's pass pro miss, well, what did you see overall from all the running backs? Pass pro, running, everything.
I thought they ran hard. I liked the way Mike played with the ball in his hand. I think he averaged about 9 yards a carry or something close to that. Braylon ran extremely hard. I think there was a couple of reads that I wish we had back. Staying front side on a lead ISO play, but he ran hard and he finished forward, very engaged in the game. And then Rodney coming in didn't have as much room to run, but we've got to go get the yards that are there. But I was pleased with that. And then when AJ and Settles came in, I thought they ran extremely hard. Settles, I don't think, only had one opportunity. I don't know if AJ's was more than one, too, but both of them running to the left, and both of them ran hard. So, you know, I think it's Mike, Braylon, and then Rodney in that order, and that's how we went into the game.
Have you got a favorite Little Rock moment that you recall, either as assistant or in your head coaching here?
You know, when I was here as an assistant, we didn't fare so well over there, and well, I don't think we fared at all. You know, if I recall, yeah, we did. Somebody, I can't remember. No, I think I forget who we played. It was our bye week, and it was in 21. I forget who it was over there. Was it UAPB the first time? And I think we were up. I don't know. We were up in the plan because it was our bye week, and we wanted to stay healthy going into the bye and all that. And we were up at half, and we were able to do that. It was a little bit of a nightmare in special teams, but we played really well over there in that first half. And then, of course, last year we did too. But we didn't have a lot of fond memories when I was assistant here. I don't know that I'm not positive we won over there.
Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
I think y'all beat Sanford.